Have you ever felt uncomfortable around someone who just seems smarter than everyone else? Maybe it's a colleague, a friend, or even a stranger who sees things in ways you can't. That feeling isn't just insecurity, it's biology, psychology, and social instinct all wrapped together. Intelligent people scare ordinary people not because they want to, but because their minds expose the truths, patterns, and possibilities most of us unconsciously avoid. And that fear shapes how we behave, who we trust, and even the limits of our own thinking. Intelligent individuals tend to notice patterns, inconsistencies, and gaps in logic that most people simply overlook. When someone points out what doesn't make sense in a plan, in a social norm, or in a belief system, it can feel like a subtle threat to those who take comfort in what they already know. This isn't about superiority, it's about perception. People are creatures of habit and mental shortcuts. When a mind disrupts those shortcuts, it forces others to confront their own blind spots. That confrontation can feel threatening, even if the intention is neutral or helpful. History gives us clear examples of this dynamic. Take Nikola Tesla, whose ideas were so advanced that even his contemporaries struggled to understand them. Or Albert Einstein, whose theories initially seemed absurd to mainstream science. In both cases, brilliance was met with skepticism, fear, and sometimes ridicule. This pattern continues today. Highly intelligent individuals, by nature of their thinking, challenge existing assumptions, expose error, and offer solutions that ordinary thinking may overlook. That challenge can feel destabilizing to those unprepared to confront it. On a social level, intelligence often makes people uncomfortable because it highlights differences in awareness and perception. If someone consistently analyzes situations more deeply, notices subtle motives, or predicts outcomes others cannot, it creates an invisible tension. Conversations may become more complex, disagreements sharper, and social norms feel restrictive. People often respond with subtle avoidance, dismissive humor, or even passive criticism, not because they dislike the intelligent person, but because their own mental comfort zone has been disrupted. Fear is not the only emotion at play. Envy, admiration, and curiosity coexist alongside it. Ordinary individuals may fear intelligence because it exposes their limitations, yet they may also admire it, aspiring to learn or emulate those cognitive skills. A student struggling with complex subjects may feel intimidated by a peer who grasps concepts effortlessly, yet secretly hopes to reach that same level of understanding. In this way, intelligence creates a paradox. It isolates, yet it inspires. It intimidates, yet it motivates. Intelligent individuals themselves often experience the consequences of this social friction because they notice patterns and inconsistencies. They may find casual conversation draining or unsatisfying. Social interactions that rely on small talk, assumptions, or conventional thinking can feel shallow or even frustrating. They are more attuned to nuance, context, and long-term consequences, which can create both isolation and misunderstanding. This is why some of the most brilliant minds have reported feeling lonely despite being admired or respected professionally. Another important factor is how intelligent people interact with authority. A mind that questions assumptions naturally challenges hierarchical structures, whether in schools, workplaces, or broader society. Pointing out flaws or proposing alternative solutions can provoke discomfort, defensiveness, or resentment in those who feel invested in the status quo. This is not about rebellion. For the sake of rebellion, it is a natural consequence of thinking differently in a world built on conformity. Understanding this helps explain why intelligent individuals often experience tension even when their insights are valuable. Social comparison also plays a significant role. People instinctively measure themselves against those around them. A person whose cognitive abilities consistently exceed the group may trigger insecurity in others. This often manifests subtly. A colleague may avoid collaboration. Peers may label them overthinking, or friends may unconsciously distance themselves. These reactions are rarely malicious. They are protective, defensive mechanisms that arise from discomfort with difference. The intelligent individual is simply operating on a different frequency, which challenges the familiar rhythm of others' thinking. Yet intelligence also enables adaptation. Many highly intelligent people develop strategies to navigate social friction. They learn how to communicate complex ideas in simple terms, gauge when to speak up, and develop emotional intelligence to read and manage social dynamics effectively. This adaptability is a critical skill, often overlooked. It demonstrates that intelligence alone does not guarantee influence or acceptance. Understanding human nature and social cues is equally important for thriving in social environments. Intelligent individuals also experience heightened emotional perception. They tend to process feelings and situations with greater depth and complexity. Observing injustice, hypocrisy, or irrational behavior is not just a cognitive observation, it is an emotional experience. This heightened sensitivity can make ordinary behavior seem superficial or even frustrating, further widening the social gap. At the same time, it equips intelligent individuals to detect opportunities, understand motivations, and anticipate consequences in ways that can be transformative when applied thoughtfully. The fear intelligent people evoke is often unconscious. Ordinary people may not even realize why they feel uneasy, defensive, or intimidated. It is a response to cognitive challenge, the confrontation with ideas and possibilities they are not accustomed to processing. This is why intelligent individuals are sometimes described as difficult or alien in social contexts. Their thought processes expose gaps, inconsistencies, or limitations that others may prefer to ignore, creating tension that is both natural and deeply human. Despite the challenges, intelligence brings profound potential for societal and personal transformation. Intelligent people inspire others, elevate group thinking, and reveal possibilities that would otherwise remain hidden. The tension they create can lead to growth, curiosity, and learning if it is approached constructively. Fear, in this sense, is a protective instinct, but one that can evolve into admiration, respect, and collaboration. Recognizing this dynamic allows intelligent people to navigate social environments more effectively, and ordinary people to understand their reactions without judgment. The interplay between intelligence and social perception extends beyond individuals into organizations and societies. Brilliant thinkers may be celebrated for their contributions but marginalized socially. They may revolutionize industries or create transformative innovations, yet struggle to find peers who match their cognitive pace. This isolation is not failure, it is a natural consequence of thinking differently in environments optimized for conventional mental patterns. Intelligence, while empowering, comes with friction that requires awareness, resilience, and strategic communication to manage successfully. Everyday life provides countless examples of this dynamic. Consider workplaces where one employee consistently identifies risks and opportunities. The rest of the team overlooks. That individual is invaluable professionally, yet may also experience subtle exclusion or resentment socially. Think of students in classrooms who quickly grasp complex ideas. They often feel bored or misunderstood, and peers may react with avoidance or irritation. These situations illustrate the tension intelligent people create not because they intend to, but because their perception exposes gaps in understanding or capability that others would rather not confront. Finally, intelligence is both a gift and a responsibility. Those with exceptional cognitive abilities influence the world, solve problems, and explore ideas others cannot easily comprehend. Yet they must navigate social dynamics carefully, understanding the subtle anxieties they may provoke. Ordinary individuals, for their part, can benefit enormously by learning to embrace and collaborate with intelligent minds, rather than feeling threatened by them. The tension between fear and admiration, isolation and inspiration, is not a weakness, it is an opportunity to grow, adapt, and understand the complexity of human thought. Intelligence is not inherently intimidating. It is the mirror it holds up to ordinary thinking that creates discomfort. It challenges assumptions, questions traditions, and illuminates unseen possibilities. Those who fear it are responding to the unfamiliar, the unpredictable, and the uncomfortable truths that intelligence often reveals. Yet, when approached with awareness, patience, and curiosity, intelligence becomes less a source of fear and more a catalyst for learning, progress, and insight. Understanding this dynamic is essential not just for navigating human interaction, but for appreciating the profound role intelligence plays in shaping our world. One of the reasons intelligent individuals provoke discomfort is that they break the rules we don't even realize we read. Social norms, shared assumptions, and common ways of thinking act as invisible boundaries. When someone's mind operates beyond those boundaries, they disrupt predictability. In the workplace, this might look like a colleague pointing out flaws in a project plan. In a family, it could be a teenager questioning long-held traditions. Even casual conversations can become uncomfortable if a person has insights highlight inconsistencies or errors others would rather ignore. It's not arrogance, it's a different cognitive map of reality. Interestingly, this fear often has roots in evolutionary psychology. Humans have long relied on group cohesion and conformity for survival. Outliers, those who think differently, can be perceived as threats to the stability of the group. While intelligence itself is not dangerous, the ideas, questions, or actions it generates may challenge established hierarchies, traditions, or social routines. In modern life, this instinctual fear manifests subtly. Hesitation to collaborate, passive avoidance, or even undermining someone who is perceived as too different. Over time, intelligent individuals learn to recognize these patterns and adapt their communication to reduce social friction.